Hi and welcome. I'm Marissa Romano from Chicago, and I have the honor to be asked by transnights.com to give a few dating tips. So without further ado, here's tip number 1. All right, my first tip on how to date trans people is very simple. Have a sense of humor. You should always have a sense of humor throughout whatever you do in life, but particularly when it comes to dating. This heavy stuff has got to go. There's no reason to be like that. Make it fun. Make it exciting. Think of yourself. If someone came to you and they were all heavy and overbearing and they were like, "Do you want to go out?" You're going to say no. It's going to turn the person off. If you come to them and you're happy and you're lighthearted and you love what you're doing and you think they're fantastic, let it show. Have a nice big smile. Ask them out politely and have a sense of humor about it. If you can make a girl laugh, you got it made. Trust me. Now the other thing is, let's say in a worst case scenario, you ask her out, you're going to be a little bit nervous, she's a little bit nervous, and she says no. So what? Laugh it off? Move on to the next gal? Or sometimes you just got to try again. How do you know she wasn't having a bad day that day? And the next time you try it, boom, she says yes. So tip number 1, have a sense of humor. All right, moving right along to tip number 2 for dating trans people. Dress well. You only get one chance to make a second impression. I know. So the idea behind it is to dress for the occasion. So if you're going somewhere real nice, sort of a business casual look is good. Tip number 2, dress well. Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to pick an appropriate place. So find a place, I think really it sounds, cliche, but like Starbucks or something like that, where, the music is low, the mood is fairly seductive, the lighting is nice, and, you can talk. The idea with the first date is to get to know each other and see if you got something in common. So tip number 3, pick an appropriate place and not a movie. All right, here we go with tip number 4. And tip number 4 is size does matter. And guess what? Shorter is better. I'm talking about the length of the date. The worst thing you can possibly do is take a first date on some big 4-course dinner or something like that. What would happen if you were 20 minutes into the meal and you find out you have nothing in common with this person? Now you are stuck at a table next to somebody for like 3 hours or more. I would say no more than about, a half hour, 40 minutes, maybe an hour tops. If it goes well, you see what happens from there. So keep it short. Shorter is better in this case. You know what the main tip is to date trans people? There isn't one. It's the same as dating anyone. It's the same. It's exactly the same. People are people. Here it is. Are you ready for my 5th and final tip? My 5th and final tip is just a common sense thing, actually more of a common courtesy thing. But it's to, make a decision one way or the other. You're going to know pretty quickly whether you like this person and there's more to explore and maybe go out on a second date. So the 5th tip is either, say, "Hey, can I see you again?" or "Thanks, but no thanks." But always do it nicely. Like I said in tip 1, keep a sense of humor about you. It's very simple stuff. And don't complicate things, and particularly don't ghost people. I'm Marissa Romano. I want to thank transnights.com for giving me this opportunity to talk to you today. And remember, happy dating.